Hello everyone, my name is Amanda and welcome to today's video. I know a lot of you guys are probably self-quarantined just like I am, and personally I am on day 13 and feeling even less useful to society than before. No, but really it's a super scary time that we're living in right now, and I don't know how to talk about it in a way that's intelligent enough, and I feel like I would just be repeating something someone else had already said a lot better. So I'm not going to try to say anything really insightful for today's video. Instead, I'm just going to show you some fun projects that you can do while you're at home. And hopefully some of these things can occupy and distract you and make you feel just a little bit more productive.
Okay, so my first idea is to go through your closet and see if there are any of your old clothes you don't use that could use a new look. I already had a basket full of stuff to get rid of, so I sorted through that again. And I actually found a few things that I want to upcycle. So those will be for another video, but for now I want to start with this red and white striped t-shirt. Okay, so the idea for this upcycle was to make it into a halter top. So I am going to start by cutting off the sleeves, and of course leaving a little bit of seam allowance. So the sleeves are off, and I'm just gonna go try this on to make sure that I like the cut. Okay, so I have pinned one armhole, and I think I'm gonna sew it with a straight stitch because I don't really want it to stretch too much. This is what the t-shirt looked like before. Nothing wrong with it, just not that flattering on me. And here is the finished halter neck top. The next thing you can do is clean out all of your art supplies. So this is everything that I have out and that I use most often, but as you can see it's full of lots of junk and stuff that I don't need, and probably lots of these things don't really work anymore. So I am going to test out every single one of these markers and pens to check which ones I want to toss and which ones I should keep. So this is everything that I took out, and I just cleaned the box. And this little pile here is what I'm getting rid of. So I'm just gonna throw all this out. These are markers or fine liners that are dried up or don't work. And now I guess I can just put everything back. I know it doesn't look very different, but luckily lots of my stuff still worked. So I can just put it right back here, and now it's all cleaned out and ready to use. So one small easy project is a hair tie, and for that you just need one long strip of folded over fabric, and then you just have to taper it off at the end. Making this hair tie is really simple. I just sewed along the side of the strip with it folded right sides together. I made sure to leave a little opening so I could turn it right sides out again. Then using an invisible stitch, I closed the opening by hand and lastly top stitched along the edges to flatten it out. You could also just iron it flat. My other quick sewing project is a sleeping mask, and for that you'll just need 2 pieces of fabric cut to the rough shape of a sleeping mask, a length of elastic that will fit comfortably around your head, and then one long strip of fabric roughly 1.5 times the length of the elastic. And now I'm just going to turn it right sides out with a safety pin. Then I feed the length of the elastic through using a safety pin and pin the band to the right side of the sleeping mask. The other piece goes over that right side's facing, and I stitch all the way around, leaving a small opening again. And now, just like with the hair tie, I'm going to hand stitch this little hole together. Something that has helped me for the last few weeks, as I've been completely in charge of my own time, has been making to-do lists and plans for each day. A perfect place to do that is a bullet journal. I love using my journal as a place to be creative, so having a little extra time to make elaborate spreads is actually really nice. I'm using my Fine-Tech Pearl watercolor palette and a calligraphy pen to write and draw in gold. If you're not into bullet journals or you already have one, you could also consider starting a diary. Especially at a time like this, I find it helpful to write down what's happening and what I'm feeling. It's actually very cathartic and might even be fun to look back on in a few years. My last idea is knitting or learning how to knit. There are so many cool things you can make, and here are some of the ones I've made this winter.
This is the front panel for a cardigan, and I already knitted the back side, and so I'm just missing the other panel and the 2 sleeves. I'll show you the finished piece in an upcoming video. And I just love this pattern, it's so cute. And it's actually not that hard.
Knitting while watching Netflix is also the perfect way to convince yourself that you're actually being productive.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys do to pass the time during the quarantine. And otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Something to buy, yeah.